You know it's gonna go live before you finish.
I don't care nothing about that. These people who stuff on my Facebook know me. I'm gonna get
we
mad.
live now.
Hey everybody, y'all know how I get out.
Hey, there it is. What's up, Facebook? We're on a different day today. Had to switch it up. Got some things to do tomorrow. Previous plans scheduled. So got the brothers out today to kind of finish up what we were discussing before. As you know, I'm your man, Sincere. This is Sincerely Speaking. To my left, on my screen at least, my right, I'm tripping. On my screen is Stack Jackson. And then, of course, below Mr. Permission Slip himself,
AKA
the man, the myth, the legend.
How y'all doing?
Silly. So, like I said, yeah, we've been off for a minute. Had a lot of things going on. Had some deaths and things to deal with and whatnot. But we back. We're gonna continue talking about advice to the men. And yeah, we're a little late on talking on here, but we did have our own discussion regarding Miss Keke Palmer and all that was going on. Other individuals that dress like that and they're okay with that. And hey, nothing wrong with it. If you okay with it, that's cool. Do you? But we're gonna share our thoughts. And also I have a post as well that I'm gonna show y'all, just something in relation to this same topic regarding outfits and whatnot. So I'm gonna play this video real quick. Let me get ready to share this screen, and then we're gonna jump in there and get to talking. So let me see here. All right, here we go. Play this real quick.
No.
If Shawty wears something a little too bit revealing, you heard me? I should have a say so just because like you were a reflection of me.
No.
If that makes sense.
No. I walked out here in this mini skirt. Right, because I'm a 2023.
No,
and I feel like women can wear what they want to wear. I shouldn't have to talk to my husband about wearing what I should wear, you know?
You find like someone, but at the same time, also be respectable and respect your husband. You heard me?
When I watch a video like this.
All right, so y'all saw the video. We're gonna get into this again. This is just us speaking to the men regarding different things to look for, deal with, know what you're getting yourself into before you get in a relationship. So just going off of that specific video right there. And then we'll talk about everything that transpired with Keke Palmer and so on and so forth, yada, 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 as well, and our thoughts. Two of us on here, of course, are married, and then Mr. Permission Slip, you might also say
he's married. Huh? I'm on the team.
Yeah, he on the team. So he's there, you know. As soon as he off of here, he going right back to his girl. I'm sure she probably there. She probably hear us talking. Okay. So hey, so you know, so we're gonna share our input in regards. We all in relationships and give our takes on that. So I don't know which one of y'all want to go first on your thoughts. We'll start with this video of what we just saw in regards to that.
I can start off with I jump out the gate with it. As far as in relation to the man, you can tell in the video, like he's trying to save face, but after you hear something like that, it's hard to stay. It's extremely hard to say. Like in relation to telling another man what he should accept, if he got her that way, that's one thing. If he got her like that, he knows what he's getting into. But after seeing that, you got to make the decision for yourself. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to take? If you're content with somebody that can at least that is going to flat out go against the grain in what you were expecting, then you got that's got to be a staple in what you want out of the female. She didn't flip the script when the camera came on. That's her. So you got to decide if you want to stay with that or not.
Yeah. You want to go, Mr. Permission Slip, or you want me to go ahead and jump in?
Are you raring to go?
I mean,
I'm raring to go. I can turn you loose.
I mean, I'm fine to go. I mean, I agree 100% with Stack. Yeah, I just realized, did you spell it different? Wasn't it XX last time or XXX? Or did
Nah, I ain't spell it like that, man. Come on, you trying to get me in trouble, man?
There you go. All the problems.
Hey, I thought I saw that. Maybe I probably think about somebody else. I don't know.
I got the shirt. I did spell it different last time. I got the shirt, man. I'm all about the goodness today.
Hey, there you go. Stay out of trouble. That's where it's at. That is where it's at.
Love, man.
That's where it's at.
You putting my other name on there. Go give me bumped back to this one.
Oh man,
this one.
I tell her, don't leave him. Don't leave him. He's good. But my thoughts. I'm on the same boat. And I'll dive deeper into the whole changing. You got them that way and asking them to change afterwards. I'll dive deeper into that after we kind of talk about the Keke Palmer stuff as well. But it is one of those things, if you get with that person and they were dressed a certain way, you can't expect them to necessarily change. In reality, you cannot expect them to make that change. That's who they were. That's who they are. And of course, some of those folks, they can easily say, this is how you met me. It's fair for them to say, you met me like this. I should be able to stay like this. But I do have a response to that. Again, I'm gonna wait till later in regards to changes that should happen when you do put yourself in a relationship, because some things, out of respect, you should be changing. You shouldn't be acting like you're single no more, which some of these outfits that people wear, in my opinion, are for the single life, because you showing off your goods. Now, of course, if your man is good with it, cool. More power to that brother. That's not how I roll. You would never catch me with a woman that dresses like that. And I'm sure anybody that knows me, I've never dated a woman that's dressed like that.
You see how much emphasis he put on the word date?
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, look, there's other things that I went down, but we didn't date. That was not something I was going to do. I wasn't putting myself in no type of situation that I did not want to deal with. I get with you on another level, but that was that was the old me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could be attracted to a lot of things, but that don't mean you want to date that individual, just because you're attracted to it. I mean, men are, we're visual. We're visual. So, I mean, in that video, that was, man, he's a good one. I commend him for trying, especially not trying to embarrass his girl. I commend him for it. But bruh, I might have walked off. I really probably would have walked away. And people would have known right then and there, it's a wrap. Cause ain't no way I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
What he say? Wrap it up, B.
Yeah, it's done right there. So, Mr. Permission Slip, you can give your take on that video, and then we can dive into Keke and then everything else.
When it comes to that video, truthfully, like it's about your personal standards, right? Like your standards as a man, right? There are any number of things that as a man you won't stand for if another man says it to you, right? You have drawn that line in the sand. That is fundamentally part of who you are and fundamentally part of how you expect to be respected, right? For a lot of us, it's the B word, right? For some of us, it's you ain't gonna call me out my name. For some of us, you're not gonna say anything flippant to me or issue any sort of challenge without consequence. Now, even though we're not talking man to man and the consequences ain't hands, that was a challenge. And she met that challenge, raised him one, and stood on it. So he had a decision to make in that point, right? You may not necessarily throw hands with that lady, but you got a choice to make. Either it's finna be a problem, or you need to let that go the same way you would another grown man, right? You can't have that. Like, that's not negotiable if that's not negotiable to you long term. I think that a lot of times when we're dealing with the opposite sex, we passively approach things that are hard boundaries for us, right? So we approach it very softly and very nicely instead of saying, if that's what you want, you can't do it here. So that there's no confusion. She's making an educated decision as opposed to just thinking, oh no, I was just talking for the camera. No, we can't do that here. And it's not always going to be popular, and you have to be comfortable in that space, because long term, your standards for what's acceptable are what you're going to have to live with. And if you're too soft on the front end about establishing those boundaries, you stuck with those new widened boundaries for the foreseeable future, the length of that relationship or the length of your life, depending on how far this relationship goes. And generally, we don't feel better about it. We just get madder. And then it's going to feed all the other aspects of your relationship negatively. So yeah, you got to be man enough to hold that L in that moment, or be man enough to accept the consequences of that L if you don't firmly establish where you stand.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, kind of diving into Keke Palmer's situation. I mean, clearly we all know about that, but of course we'll discuss each aspect of everything that went down. Of course, the outfit.
I'm gonna write me some notes. I'm ready. Let me get my
say the outfit, and I'm sure nobody has issues with girls trips, but the outfit that was chosen, I guess, whether or not he knew about the outfit or did not know, how she handled herself in the public eye, especially being a superstar, I guess you would say, or a public figure would be better. I don't know if I can call her a superstar. I mean, she's good at what she do, acting, but I don't know if I can say superstar. I guess I don't know.
Why would you fix your mouth? Why would you call her a star?
Call her a star. A star works. That's fair.
No, she's not been a star since she was Akilah. She's super grown. Cap.
Well, I mean, she's still acting. That's why I said she's a public figure.
Okay. Name it. Name the movies.
Name what movie she's been in?
Not Akilah.
She was just in Look Up. Was it Look Up? No. Was that it?
No.
Yeah, Look Up. She was in Look Up.
Oh, Nope.
Was that it?
It was called Nope.
No, that's what it was. What was Look Up? Look Up was another movie I watched.
Oh, okay. Question. What's that about? Did you go see
it?
Nope.
Yeah, I watched it.
But you couldn't remember she was in it. That's my point. Can we?
No, I knew she was in it. I said the wrong name. He fixed it. It was what's his name? Peele's movie.
Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, it was different. It was a different movie. But
I call her a superstar though, man.
Yeah, that's why I said I ain't gonna call her a superstar.
Yeah, okay, so let's just go ahead.
She's still a public figure.
Oh, okay. There you go. So was I'm just saying.
Okay, stop it. So we'll agree that she is a public figure in the spotlight, and how it was handled by him. We'll address that from our own opinions as well, and how it possibly should have been addressed. And then we can go into everything else that might relate to that. So let's see. You got something to say that?
It's a big, because it's a big one, man. Like it's so many unknowns that we don't know about the issue.
Yeah, true. And the good thing about that, I know with us, we don't do like others. We address the unknowns and we answer accordingly without subjectively putting stuff in there and trying to make it fit a certain scenario and whatnot, which a lot of folks have been doing, which that's what really gets on my nerves, is when people put certain things in there that we don't know and then try to use that to argue facts, because you can't say it's facts because you don't even know the whole truth, but we can address what we do know public wise and leave it at that. That's what we do. That's what most men do. You know, I can speak for the 3 men right here, but that's what most men that I know and deal with. We deal with facts and what we know, and not delusion, as many individuals do at times. So I guess who want to go first? I don't need to go first, you know. Y'all, I got smiles.
I started off again just because. He first off, anybody, and I'm sure y'all would agree, if you're gonna go on that avenue, you have to be ready for what's gonna come from it. You know that now everybody's gonna jump on the wagon. They're gonna jump on the wagon. It's gonna be, well, he's trying to tell her what to do. He's trying to tell her what to do. I don't recall in any way, shape, or form if I say to my wife, yo, I'm not really digging that outfit. That is a flat out, this is a controlling factor, and I'm just trying to inhibit her from, I'm trying to stop her from being a woman and other stuff like that. That's crazy. That's the jump that people go directly to. So now we don't have the autonomy to like a specific thing. We don't have the autonomy to be like, hey, I don't like that. And that's what I don't agree with. I don't like the fact that we can't in our relationships say, no, I don't like that. Did he handle it the weirdest way possible? Yes, he did. That is wild to me. Like, you saw her the entire night and you just decided, hey, I'm going to lose it. I'm going ham. I'm going to do this knowing that she has all these followers, and as soon as I put this up, somebody's going to hop on it. But in the same sense, I feel what he's on. Before my wife goes out, she asked me, hey, babe, what you think about this? I wouldn't wear it, but hey, that's showing too much. I don't think you should wear that. Boom. And that should be valid. That should be a valid thought, right? Mm-hmm. But it got lost in translation. And then he turned into Mr. Insecure. He weak, he this, he that. And she's the greatest thing since Guess James.
Man, not Guess.
Guess James.
Wow.
There was a time.
9-9.
There was a time. Say before we get too far in, Wendine, what's up, Wendine? I see you.
Oh, I've been waiting on her. I can't wait.
I know you're gonna have a whole lot to say today.
Wendine, let's get to it. I've been waiting on you in this topic. I knew you was coming.
Hopefully, Wendine, I don't know if you missed, since you just hopped in, I don't know if you missed what we're talking about. But we're discussing the situation with Keke Palmer, and not just really her, but just in general, the whole basis of, she said I'm retired, but the whole basis behind men and whether or not, you know, how we feel about what all transpired. So, I mean, Stack just gave his opinion on, were you done, Stack?
Nope. He feel it in his heart.
Hey, look,
like it even got to that point when we was talking about it. Like, I had to be shown certain things from y'all. My brother's like, yo, at first I'm like, hey, he knew she was going out like that. Why ain't he say something then? Da, 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 da. But then when you start to look at how everything unraveled, it's like we are witnessing the point of not having any say in anything.
Yeah.
I feel like as a man in your relationship, you want to have a voice. They want us to have a voice. They want us to voice our opinions, tell them our innermost fears without holding back. But as soon as you say something the opposite of what is liberating and free, you are now insecure, you this, you're that. Beforehand, I was like, bro, you gotta take that on the chin. You got to chill, talk to it at home. And I'm still on the line. Just talk about it at home. But with her being where she is and where he at, that's what everybody started to attack.
Yeah.
That's what everybody started to go at. So what can you do in that aspect?
Yeah.
You're gonna play that card that you got in the pot, you're gonna play that ace in the hole, and then you dirty fighting.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna bring up what Wendine just said. She said when it comes to Keke Palmer, his ego was bruised. It wasn't the dress that was the problem. It was Usher.
Cap, you're making that up. So even if you wanted to engage and say that that was the case, the evidence of how he felt initially was out there. It's the outfit. You're a mom, though. Don't nobody care nothing about Usher. Usher doing his job. Like Usher's going to Usher. If you backstage with Usher, we might have a bit of an issue. But she's also a public figure, so the likelihood that she's interacted with Usher on several occasions is fairly high. It's not about what happened on stage. It's how you represented the household. It's how you represented the team when you went out in these streets. And your reaction to a correction, even if that correction was made poorly. Sorry, mama. I'm my business.
So for me, I think it had to do with both. I think that interaction with Usher was the icing on the cake for him. I feel like granted, we don't know. I don't know for sure that he was present when she had on the outfit. So I can't really speak on that if he was present since she was in Vegas. I don't know if he was also in Vegas. I thought it was a girls' night out thing, but again, I haven't seen much to really be able to determine whether or not if he saw the outfit beforehand, whether he provided disapproval, whether he was for it before she wore it. But I feel between that and then the video of how she was interacting with Usher, she gave him the 360 with the cheek shot, and Usher looked at it and kind of gave that like type thing, and she's hugged up on him. I think a little bit of both played into it because now everybody knows that she has a boyfriend. And yes.
So why do you give him the air quotes? Like,
well, I mean, well, because you know the way people were talking about it, just I know that's her boyfriend and baby daddy. Well, I guess it was. I don't know if they still together or not, but because the way she was talking afterwards, in my opinion, yeah, she for the streets. I love her, but she for the streets. I'm sorry, her thought process. I mean, I just talk on that. I saw the post about her saying that she's single until she's married. And I don't understand that thought process behind any of that. You're not once you, I'll put it like this. A woman, many women like to find a man and want them to change. If you get in a relationship with a man, how many women have y'all, just in y'all past, have y'all ever had a woman say they did not want you to, they didn't want you talking to a certain person anymore? You shouldn't be doing these things anymore because you're now in a relationship. So that's taught on both sides. When you get in a relationship, you're supposed to do away with the single things that you were doing and focus on respecting your relationship. Just like that woman wouldn't want him to be, if he was out screwing all these other chicks, now that you're in a relationship with him, you're not supposed to be dealing with those women anymore. You don't want him to do that. Most of these women, yeah, they might dress that way when they got a man because their man is okay with it. And that's cool. If your man is okay with you dressing the way that you do, us as men need to also stop trying to tell another man that they are insecure about how she dresses. It's not about security for most of these men. It's about the respect, because these women, we all know, and I say it to the day that I die, and I don't care what nobody tell me. If you dressing in a sexual manner, it's not just about you. You're dressing for attention. Because if you're wearing that to go out, you can be sexy without showing your butt. You can be sexy without showing your boobs. It's very possible. I mean, let's be real. I've seen a lot of sexy women wearing sweats. They're still sexy. It's not, sex appeal is not just how your body looks. There's way more to it. When you start dressing a specific way, and women argue this all the time, you're dressing for others, not just yourself. Because if you ain't dressing like that in the house and you dress like that in the public, you're dressing like that for the public, not just you. Go prance around your house like that then, if you're dressing for yourself when you're alone. But like I say, I will argue that all day. But at the end of the day, if your man comes to you with an issue about how you're dressed, just like you can approach him with how he may address other women or whatever, however women address him. If you have a problem with how he addresses that woman, you should be also taking into account how he feels about how you present yourself and present him in the public. You're still representing him if you're in a relationship with him. Like he said, and just like Mr. Permission Slip said, he mentioned about her being a mother. Your kids will be able to see that in the future. People tend to forget in this day and age, just like we talked about this weeks ago when we discussed Freaknik. All those old videos and photos gonna be coming out of y'all grandmas and mamas and all kind of stuff. They didn't think that stuff was gonna come back because they wasn't thinking about that stuff. You have to think about what your kids might see, how you might embarrass your children when you get older. That's just in general. And maybe he was thinking that, maybe he wasn't. We don't know. Maybe he used that card because he got in his feelings because of what he saw. But at the end of the day, the man had a valid point, regardless of what his reasoning for bringing it up was. Now, in response to if he should have addressed it the way that he did.
Addressed it like a woman is what he did.
So I'll say this. We can all say, no, he should not address it in that manner. However, I'm not mad at him for saying what he said. And I'll say that because if you are grown enough to embarrass this man in public, don't be upset about him trying to turn around and embarrass you back in public. Yes, he can handle it in a better way, but let's not always want the man to take the higher road in every aspect of the disrespect when he's also being disrespected publicly, because she knew what she was doing when she did it. She knew how she was dressed when she did it, and her responses afterwards. We clearly know how she was potentially thinking. If he did have something to say, her responses afterwards, making the comment that she's single until she's married, she didn't respect their relationship in the first place, because that comment right there shouldn't even come out your mouth. If you're in a relationship, you're supposed to respect your partner in that relationship, period. So that's just me. But
I don't necessarily care that he responded to her on social media as much as you didn't talk to her directly, right? If you felt disrespected on social media, I'm going to your page. I'm tagging you directly. I'm not posting, come on, man, you a mother, and just leaving it there. No, I'm talking to you.
Well, we
right?
don't know.
I'm talking to you. Now, I don't know if I'm going that way. I don't know if I'm going the social media route, but if I do, it's going to be as direct as humanly possible.
And it's going to be messed up. If you tag anybody, especially the way that you talk regularly,
for sure,
I don't even want to see you on social media going in on
my people will tell you, no, my people will tell you, I don't have to disrespect you to make it clear how I feel.
Of course.
Right. So it don't have to get there, but it ain't gonna be friendly. Like, I'm gonna tell the absolute unabashed truth.
It's not gonna be buffered. It shouldn't be. We gotta have to
go ahead and read them comments, because I see your comment eyes.
Yeah. I'm looking. I was about to, because I saw it popping up. So of course, when Dean said child, it ain't cap, he was recording her clapping her cheeks. He was recording her dancing in her panties, listening to Bootsy. Please, Mr. Slip, he was using Kiki Wi-Fi, getting flipped at the mouth.
Please stop right there. Well, no. Let's not go any further.
All right.
I'm glad you said that. So for me, this is like a case study of relational dynamics in goofy ass double standards. So here we go.
Goofy.
So you said he was sitting there using Kiki's Wi-Fi implying that since Kiki makes more money, she should make the rules and he should shut the hell up. Now, I'm just wondering when and if you're going to reverse that, since in most relationships all over the country, regardless of the city you live in, regardless of your social status, regardless of your background, women make less than men. So are you saying that when men pay for the majority of stuff, that the women they're in a relationship with should shut the hell up and do what they told because they don't contribute as much? If not, I'm just wondering why it's different right now. Is that what we're saying, Wendy? And we saying the person who makes the money makes the rules? Because we have a lot of conversations where the people who don't make the money get a lot of input because guys allow it, even though they don't necessarily have to, based upon your assertion that he was, using Kiki's Wi-Fi, so he should shut up. I was just wondering how was we gonna go about that. I'm gonna take my turn in a minute, but I need Wendy to talk to me.
I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because that was one thing I don't know why people bring that up in regards to, because I saw a bunch of that, comments, and he's not making as much money, as if he has no say about what she's wearing because he's not making that much money. She chose to be with him.
I'm not going to debate them on that.
Well, no, me either.
About application.
Yeah, I just don't get it. It don't make any sense to me.
If that's the case, a lot of y'all need to shut the hell up. Matter of fact, if y'all get the dudes of y'all dreams, y'all shouldn't even talk. You should send a text message and ask permission. Because the dude of your dreams makes that much more money than you, that you shouldn't do nothing but what you told. Walk, talk, yes, no, sucky, sucky. That's it. That's it. If that's the rule. If those are the rules, because we know these people on Facebook personally. And since we know them personally, we know where you work. It's a Google away. Right? We know what your life setup is. Right? We know what your real life setup is, not your social media life. Your real life setup is. So when people having these conversations, they're having it devoid of the context of their real life. That real average dude that they date that still makes more than them. Does he get to tell you to shut the hell up too?
All right, so we're going to address this too, Wendy. So you're asking, how is he a man with morals? Because if he was so on morals, he put a baby in her before he made her a wife. Now,
we ain't going to switch the topic. Answer my question. Nope. We're not going to do that.
I'm sure she's going to get to that. I just wanted to address this, though. What she said.
She answered it.
Oh, she answered it? Okay, let me scroll down. Hold on.
Where's she at? I want to see it.
Oh, is that right underneath it?
No. Exactly. It's a double standard. He still should hush. That's the answer.
Oh, okay. I had to keep scrolling through. Okay, it's a double standard. He still should hush. Why? So why shouldn't he speak on it if women talk all the time and they make less money? Why is it that he should not speak?
Not only make less money, but expect to make a lot less money and contribute a lot less.
It's because everybody's been brainwashed to be against each other. We as men are allowed to accept a woman at the very basic level, at the grassroots. In your younger dating days, you weren't thinking about what this chick did for a living. You wasn't thinking about how she was living. Oh, snap. I'm over your house. Your bed's on the floor. That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. You know why you was over there.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna break it. It's on the floor. You know what it was.
Exactly. I'm gonna leave my shoes at the door. I'm gonna drink your Kool-Aid. We're gonna have a good old time. But when society has badgered a male for being a male, that's where this is the outcome of it. This is where we're at.
Yeah.
We are a victim of constantly dealing with shit. And that's what it is. We have to deal with it and we have to move on. A woman can bring nothing to the table, nothing but looks, and we're supposed to pick that up. And that's wrong. That's inherently wrong. He could have been playing his card, bro.
Yeah.
That's his ace in the hole. If I'm not known, Stack, and I'm dating Kiki, Akila and the B, we get out, people talking about, hey, spell boat. And I gotta sit there and take pictures. It's not a lot of power I have in that.
Yeah.
The power dynamics of relationships is almost out of whack. It's crazy that we get on this dude about having a feeling. Feelings, we can't tell somebody how to feel. I can't tell you how to feel about an issue. And I can't judge you for you coming from your feelings with it, coming out of your feelings. Now, if I hit y'all up like, bro, my wife did this, I'm about to spaz out, I would pray that y'all would be like, hey, Stack, I wouldn't do it. I don't know your situation. Don't do it. Yeah. Or people may be like, bang, bang, shoot your gun, sir.
Yeah.
And wherever the chips fall, they may. You in a position where she the breadwinner, you're not going to pay child support. Flip it. And he got to play nice. If he's the breadwinner, he got to play nice. Then you're going to have the system come in. You have every other thing that could oppress a male in that aspect come into play. It's the fairness of the fairness of it is preached, but it's not carried out in practice. That's why a woman can make significantly less than a male, and they can bark orders. Where is that acceptable in life? Where in life can you do everything that you want to do?
Only in relationships, and that's the only place it's expected. You can't do that at work unless you're your own boss.
When you turn me loose, I'm ready.
So go. Well, here, let's do this. Let's kill all these comments, and then I'm gonna turn you loose.
Yeah, because I'm gonna want to talk to them, I'm sure.
All right. So let me see. So Tony said, but like you said, he should have voiced his opinion before she went out.
Why are we assuming that he did not?
True.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think they together, y'all, because she been on Beyonce internet picking with him.
It's the government's internet.
Yeah. Let's see. Then Wendy came back, said Kiki is a better woman than me. I'm coming home wearing an Usher shirt, singing My Way. See, you don't need to be in a relationship then.
Nope. Let me address that too. That's fine, but you're gonna be single like Kiki, who's got access to all the most prominent black men in all of Hollywood, and none of them want her. And she ended up with a lower tier dude, the most regular of regular dudes in the world. While she's at the supposed top of her game, she got the worst possible option. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, that's crazy. Hey, Danielle, I don't want no problems.
Yeah. The wife said, "What's up?" Let's see. Shout out to Stack Wendine. So she liked what you said. See, Tony said, bottom line, that this was a BN move. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He made it. He wanted to try to break her. However, he assassinated his own character by his action.
Break her.
I don't know.
How can he think to break her if we've established that he's a
trainer of some sort.
He's a sniper. He's a PR rep that can kill it at any time. He can't break her by standards of anything. Even if he did, somebody from somewhere would have been like, y'all don't need to be talking to her like that, bro. You don't need to be talking to her like that. But she can flip it and go ham on him, and everybody just sitting back like, shit, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I mean, we all know if he was to step out and do something that the world didn't like that he did, it's gonna be the same thing. It don't matter if he would have said this, if they would have saw him flirting with another girl and just talking to another girl, and that assumption was he might have been messing with her. Oh, she messing with this broke dude and this, and she could do so much better than him. And I guarantee if she went and said something, there's no double standard there. She can go and air her business out there if she wants to, just like she's airing all this stuff out there now. What are y'all thoughts on her responses publicly? I mean, she did something publicly, not y'all on here. I'm just saying in general. You know, she did something publicly. He didn't like it. He addressed it publicly, whether we agree or not. You know, he did. And now she's addressing it even more publicly. But nobody's saying anything about how she's continuously addressing it. I respect how Nia Long addressed her situation. She didn't, that went out public, a whole bunch of stuff that went down. She ain't say a thing. Even after all the stuff went down, nothing from Nia. That's the difference between a grown woman and a young woman looking for attention. Because if you ask me, that's what Kiki was on. She was on that attention boat. Y'all talking about a snapback, and I saw old boy, whatever his name is, that be on that show, all the stuff about insecurities, and she trying to focus on her snapback. It ain't about you. Your snapback, she was trying to see what attention she can get. And I think I saw when Dean mentioned that about attention in one of these comments. I've been scrolling, so I might have missed it. But I'm going to keep it going. Hold on, let me see. She said he's a whole trainer. He should have had her connect him. I don't know what you're talking about. And she said he isn't broke. Oh, okay. He isn't broke. He owns a gym, but he doesn't understand the lifestyle. He can't eat where she eats, shop where she shops. She should have
dated somebody on par with her. She would have dated somebody on par with her. It is against a normal woman's nature to date a dude beneath her social status unless she does not have a choice. It is a very rare woman that goes, I'm going to go down the ladder and try to drag you up it. She could not, therefore she did not. Are you picking a broke dude over a rich dude when all other things are equal? No, that'd be stupid. Nobody would make that expectation. All other things being equal, because, you know, we're all the same. She decided to go get the broke one by comparison because he can't eat where she eat, etc. It's dumb. Like, the whole premise of these arguments are dumb and based in correction. They're not dumb. You're basing it in your feelings and social expectations without giving it any real thought, right? Like this equality without responsibility. You want to be able to talk as much, but you don't have to invest as much in the relationship or in making sure that everything goes smooth in a relationship. You don't want to pay the bills in the house. You don't want to pay no mortgage. You don't want to pay no car note. You don't do nothing, but you want to have equal say when it comes time for decision making. But when we reverse that, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's outlandish. He couldn't possibly have equal say. Why? Because he doesn't contribute as much financially. So I want you to take that same logic and apply it to all your lady friends. Now, for these non-married expectations, because I told you I was taking notes, it is wild to me that y'all went ham on this man when it looked like he was supposedly cheating. If they are single until married, ain't no such thing as cheating, right? They were in relationship enough to have a child. They were in relationship enough to share a domicile. They were in relationship enough for her to get on the internet and tell the whole World Wide Web how great of a man he was and how happy she was to be with him. But they weren't in relationship enough for him to say, yeah, I don't think that's appropriate, without y'all saying he's out of pocket because he don't make no money. Make it make sense for me. So he can skeet off in you and create a human, but he can't say your outfit's out of pocket. Make it make sense. Right? You can talk bad about the man because he was supposedly cheating or talking to other women or whatever, or getting spicy in the inbox, but I can't be held responsible for a relationship that I'm not in. So either it was or it wasn't. If it is, let's keep it the same when we look at it the other way. Now, for this, let me cross off another one. For this extreme independence that you ladies want to have when you're in a relationship, listen, it's a team. And I don't know if it's because most of you don't grow up team sports, but you got to play your role to make sure that team wins, which sometimes means that you have to be a little bit less so the team can be a little bit better. So what, you got new titties and ass when you got a new baby? So what? It doesn't necessarily mean that you magically get to be the star of the team because you got some new drip with your uniform. Like, nobody cares about that. Is the attention worth the degradation of your household and the position you put you and your child in as far as the likelihood that baby's going to be successful? So you just needed people to see your ass that much that you're willing to risk your child long term? Make it make sense. We know by the numbers what the outcomes will be if you're a single mom, or most likely will be, because there's always the anomaly, there's always the outlier, there's always people that turn out just fine. But now when that relationship was over, oh, she don't need a man, she just need a bag. A bag ain't gonna get it done. Look at society right now. There's lots of moms that got bags and no men and horrible children. Horrible. Just watch the news. Things that you wouldn't have imagined when you were a child, when there were surprisingly more men in the homes and less single moms getting bags, they do regularly. Destroying the streets. Not when the Bulls win, because that happened, right? But just because it's a random Saturday, we're gonna get on social media, go downtown, break some shit, and dare the police to come arrest us. What's happening? It's chasing bags, because you're not gonna be at home to raise your kid, because you gotta go and earn that money, because y'all don't make as much as black men or white women or Asian women or any other race. Least earning. So you're pretty much, if you're not Keke Palmer, determining that you and your child are going to live in poverty because you can't cover your ass. Stupid. You stupid. She stupid. I'm not done. I waited my turn. Not done. Right? You're undervaluing relationship and partnership in the long term. The outcomes for you long term when you're not in partnership aren't good. It's like 70% of you that are going to die in poverty because you can't learn to be in partnership with a man and be respectful of his wishes. But you want all the respect in the world. You want all the deference in the world. You want all the gifts in the world. You want all the items in the world. You want all the respect as far as out in the streets. You want all the loyalty in the world, but you can't do the basics of being respectful of your partner's feelings. Make it make sense. Almost done. Hold on. Right? For those of you in the comments that are going to say you're a bag chaser and you can raise a kid on your own, you can absolutely raise a kid on your own, but money can't replace masculinity. Right? Learning to have discipline, learning a little bit of stoicism, learning that rules won't accommodate you because your feelings are hurt, right? Learning that there are standards in life and that there are expectations. You have to meet them in order to get something as opposed to crying for it in real life. All of those things come from here, right? We take fathers out of the homes die. It doesn't matter that you have a home. What's in it is trash. There's lots of love and not a lot of discipline. That's not a recipe for success. I think it was, what's his name? T.K. Kirkland. T.K. Kirkland went down a list of people that you would probably know the name of that just did what they were told. Michael Jackson, from the time that he was born, did what he was told. Do we know his name? Is he special? The sisters, the Williams sisters, from the time they were children, did what they told, learned discipline. Do we know their names? The Manning brothers, from the time that they were children, they were told what to do and they did that. Do we know their names? And we can continue that list as long as you would like to, but what they developed was discipline, delayed gratification, an understanding of expectations, and a drive to accomplish those in the way that they need to accomplish. That's what masculinity does. That's what men do. So you can continue to undervalue it if you want, but just look at the product that women have had over the past, I don't know, was it 50 years or so? Look what you made. Obviously, your formula don't work. One more and I'm finished.
This brother wrote a whole book over there.
No. There's one more thing. You can say that she handled it well, sure. But I would offer that we got examples of women who understood the optics of going out and interacting in that moment, and it was completely different. Was it SZA? Was it SZA who was there like 2 days later at the Usher concert? Where she kept a respectful distance and wasn't letting them put the mic all in her mouth, and she was well-dressed but not naked? Listen, if you want to be a billboard for come get this coochie, you can do that. But just understand that there's not a lot of men that you want and or could respect that wants the billboard that says, come get to this coochie, right? Because coochie's not going to raise my children. Coochie's not going to wear my name. Coochie's not going to respect me, right? Coochie's not going to garner me the respect of my peers. Coochie's not going to help develop me further. Coochie's not going to drive me to excel, because you'll never be more than that. So when you continue to advocate for women to reduce themselves to a collection of parts, I don't want to hear shit about men not respecting you, because I've never looked at a pile of blank and respected the pile. You've got to be more than the pile. You have to be a compilation of things outside the physical. And all y'all seem to know is that fat asses and not a lot of outfits get you a lot of attention, but it gets you zero respect. If you aspire to be Keke Palmer, I applaud you. Get the fuck out the way so that dudes can see the women that are left over that aspire to be more than a collection of parts. They want to be complete people and complete relationships with complete lives and complete families. And I'm done.
All right. So,
Told y'all.
there was, yeah. I'll give you that. He wrote a book. I
waited patiently. I ain't say nothing.
Hey, you good? You good?
Yeah.
Hey, you shut it down gracefully. This was good. You were nice with it too. You were nice. I'm gonna hit these last comments real quick. Let me see. Let's see. Tony said, break the moment of fun she had. Her response was petty. Definitely agree with that. It definitely could have been tastefully done. True. All of it. Wifey said, I haven't paid attention to the story recently. Besides her making shirts, what other response has she had? We said it earlier. She responded that she was basically single until she was married, was her response. Yeah. Which technically by the government stance, yes, you are, but you still should respect the person that you claim you want to be in a relationship with. Anywho, all jokes aside by Wendine, these are things we are to discuss from the beginning. This is true. However, we don't know if these things were discussed.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to discuss it. He signed up for what he was accustomed to. She got new parts and decided to be a new person. The conversation should be, what are reasonable expectations for a human being? What should be out of bounds? And why you feel like you shouldn't, can't, or won't be corrected when you step out of pocket, as she so obviously did.
True. Let's see. Tony said not publicly.
No, hell no. That's what you did it.
Wifely said Mr. PS was ready. That he was.
You're done, yeah.
Tony said that relationship was over. That's clearly obvious. It was
over.
over. It was over well beforehand.
I don't think it was. I do not think it was. Hours before that, they posting, I love my family. I love my family. And boom. It was a done deal. After that, it was.
Well, I say it was over because if you feel like you're able to do that in a relationship, you were never really in it to be in a relationship.
She feels like she can do that because her personal echo chamber tells her that she can.
Whatever she wants to do, and he should not have any say. So to me, your relationship was over the time that you felt that you can publicly disrespect your man because you should be able to do whatever you want to do, and he should not be able to say anything about it. That relationship was over once she had that thought in her mind. Yeah, to us, it was over once it hit the fan and publicly we found out what was really going down. But it was over. I mean, evident. I mean, you know, and like Wendine said, yes, these are conversations that many individuals should have, which is another reason we were supposed to be talking. You know, men have these conversations. If you have a no-go, and to me, I don't care if she was dressed like that beforehand. There's things just like she wants you to change when y'all get in a relationship, just like that. Those are also things that should change. If she ain't on a beach somewhere wearing a thong, you know, that whatever, and it's not a beach, wear whatever clothing respectfully that your man or your woman is going to be okay with. Y'all should have that conversation. And as a man, you definitely need that conversation. And before you get in a relationship with anybody, make sure that if you have something to say, it's not going to be looked at as your thoughts don't matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. Because if she say that, she for the streets, leave her to the streets because she don't want to be in a relationship. She want to be by herself. So that's that. Anything else before I'm going to share a little final
I can see the comments, so I'm flying blind. So if anybody said anything to me or about what I had to say, y'all feel free to inbox me because y'all can get this smoke.
Look like nobody else said anything to you. So they probably don't want to. So I'm gonna leave with this quote. And it's very fitting. This goes for both sides. Sometimes you have to give up on people. Everyone that is in your life is meant to be in your life, but not everyone is meant to stay there. So we're gonna get off here with that quote. Find your peace, ladies and gents, especially the men. Find your peace. If she's bringing more headaches than she's bringing peace, she is for the streets, and give her the peace sign.
Let the church say it. Amen.
And we out of here. Holla.